Hello, this is Rebecca Abraxas. Today I want to talk about getting resourced. There's so many things happening in our world that if we let all of them come at us like one bomb after the other um, and sinking us, we don't get to be the light and service in the world that we came here to be. So getting resourced so that when we hear the next tragedy arising, we are not pummeled to the floor in fear and grief and devastation, okay? Getting resourced. We need to be resourced, people. There is humanity out there that requires some awareness and direction. And we're not going to do it from being on the floor crying in fear and devastation, okay? There's change, there's things that need to happen, and we need to step up. And that's not going to happen unless we are resourced. So what do I mean by resourced? Well, the first thing I would recommend doing is take inventory, mind, body, and heart. Take inventory of how all those three are functioning for you right now. Is your mind kind of spiraling into negative thoughts and fear, right? Is your body breaking down? Is it always in pain? Is your heart, does it feel overly sensitive or under sensitive, right? Are you always crying at everything that's coming through, right? Or is it hard and numbed out? You know, where do you feel you need resource? Um, and perhaps it's all three. Perhaps one is really sinking out, like, oh, my negative thinking, my thinking that's making me feel fearful, all that kind of stuff. Do you need support there, resource there? As we get resource, then we can go out to our youth. And, being a teenager, being a preteen is really hard. There's so much judgment going around. There's brain development. There's a lot. And then there are also, these new kids are so empathic. They're feeling all the intense emotions of the world and intense tragedies. So once we get resourced ourselves, guess what? We get to teach our youth about being resourced. And so this is really, really important work to do. So how do we get resourced? There's lots of different ways. Through the years, I have practiced lots of different um, things, tools, um, practices that have helped me stay resourced. So what I'm going to do here is take a look at them in the mind, body, heart model. So if you feel that your mind really needs to be resourced, right? You're just really spinning in negative thoughts and fear thinking. Some good ways to get resourced are Law of Attraction, Esther Hicks' work, or the Course in Miracles, a wonderful study for that, or Louise Hay's, You Can Heal Your Life. Classic book. I got it when I was 19 years old. Talks about healing your life, healing your thoughts, creating positive affirmations. So those three things have been invaluable with resourcing my mind. Let's see, body. Okay, so body here, going into what foods feel good in your body, right? What really resources your personal body? What diet really resources your personal body? Tune into that. Start hearing and seeing the clues your body is giving you, what works and what doesn't. Also, hatha yoga, the physical, the asana part, the postures, core yoga, whatever you want to call it. It's the physical body yoga. That part is so essential to resource the body and get the resistance out of the tissues, out of the joints. So yoga, kundalini yoga, hatha yoga, ashtanga yoga, hot yoga, all these are forms that can really support and resource your body. And finally, heart. The heart, getting resourced in the heart. How do we open our heart into compassion without being totally taken into a situation and pummeled by everyone's emotions, right? And feeling that. And 'cause when we have to feel all of that and we're not resourced, we're just brought to our knees with these intense emotions, right? There's so much suffering on the planet, and if we take it in and really our heart is not resourced, we almost are disabled in functioning in our lives because we're feeling so much of the suffering on the planet. So we want to be resourced in our heart to give us a broader perspective. Some ways to resource myself that I've done with my heart is Reiki. Reiki is a wonderful, wonderful practice, whether you become a Reiki practitioner or you go get Reiki in a Reiki session. It is a wonderful energy to resource your heart, right? Meditation, another way of just listening, being still, right? And being still doesn't mean that your mind is automatically still. You start meditating by witnessing your mind, by just watching the thoughts come and go, and just the practice of not judging yourself because you're having thoughts. And so as you just see the thoughts, have compassion for the thoughts, let the thoughts go. Oh, there's more thoughts come. Meditation is a beautiful practice to really cultivate heart energy as well. Let's see, what else? Prayer, just praying to the divine, praying to the great mystery cultivates your heart, right? Surrendering and sacrificing to something larger than yourself is a wonderful practice to resource your heart. So whatever it is, take inventory. Okay, maybe it's all three, mind, body, and heart, that need resourcing. Yoga is a wonderful path for that if you practice the pranayama, the breath work, the posture work, as well as the meditation work. It's a complete system for that. But perhaps it's just one area. Perhaps your heart really needs to be resourced. Go to practices that really open the heart. Okay? If you work on practices that are only really stimulating the mind and mental thought stuff, you may want to feel if that's working or not for you. Because if your heart needs to be resourced, but you're supporting more of the mental stuff, you may start to notice that something doesn't feel aligned, that something else needs to be worked on. So take note. Please take inventory. Is it the mind, the body, or the heart that's really asking for resource? I hope this was helpful. Any questions? I have a lot of information from 25 years of being a wellness practitioner. If you're looking for a way to get resourced and you're kind of like even have a combination of mind, body, heart, and you'd like a recommendation of, what's a practice, I'm happy to answer any of those questions below in the comment section. Or if you want it to be more private, feel free to email me. That's fine too. So how do we get resourced? Take inventory and see which is the best practice and start something new. Get resourced so that you can be of service to the next person next to you. All right, this is Rebecca, Abraxas. I will see you next time. If you'd liked this information, subscribe below. Bye.